You could be using benzoyl peroxide right now and accidentally making your acne worse. Not because it doesn't work, but because of what you're mixing it with. In fact, some ingredient combinations can cancel out your results, stain your skin orange, or slowly destroy your skin barrier without you realizing. Hi, I'm Cheryl Woodman. I'm a scientist, acne expert, and award-winning skincare formulator, here to help you get back to your clear, calm, confident skin. Now, here's the thing. There are 3 ways benzoyl peroxide can completely backfire on your skin, and most women have no idea they're doing at least one of them. I'm going to walk you through all 3, and then we'll zoom in on the exact ingredients you never want to mix with it, because honestly your skin barrier depends on this. So think of these like 3 categories, or actually let's make this more fun. These are your do not mix with benzoyl peroxide cocktail glasses, and just wait until you see number 2. It's the one that quietly wastes your money, and most people are doing it every single day. In cocktail glass number 1, we have the skin stainers. These are ingredients that when mixed with benzoyl peroxide can cause your skin to go orange yellow, like you've been tangoed, and not in a fun way. In cocktail glass number 2, we have the waste of money efficacy killers. Ingredients that when mixed with benzoyl peroxide just die off. They inactivate. It's like they never existed in the first place. So you can be paying £50 for an awesome anti-aging or brightening serum, and actually it's just getting destroyed by your benzoyl peroxide. It's kind of like putting on makeup and then using a makeup wipe straight after. And in cocktail glass number 3, we have the barrier destroyers. Ingredients that when mixed with benzoyl peroxide are like sandpaper to your skin barrier. And as a consequence, maybe not straight away, but maybe a few months later, your acne comes back worse than before. It's even angrier, even redder. These are big warning signs of skin barrier disruption. Okay, so let's dive in, and I recommend saving this video so you can make sure you never fall into one of these benzoyl peroxide traps again. In fact, if you're serious about getting clear, calm, glowy skin and not making the kind of mistakes that keep acne coming back, hit subscribe, because I'm creating a completely new series all about benzoyl peroxide, including how to actually use benzoyl peroxide properly, who should never use it, and what to do instead. Now that you've hit subscribe, we can move on to cocktail glass number 1, the skin stainers. There are 2 main actives you must be sure to avoid with benzoyl peroxide, because they can turn your skin a shocking shade of orange yellow. This is so nicely summarized in Stat Pearls, a peer-reviewed medical resource which tells us patients should avoid concomitant use of topical sulfone products, for example Dapsone, with topical benzoyl peroxide, as it reportedly causes skin and facial hair yellowing. Okay, so basically this is saying you do not want to use benzoyl peroxide with another skincare prescription that contains something called a sulfone. There are 2 you need to be aware of in the acne world. Dapsone, which is often prescribed for inflammatory acne, and Axone, which is a branded version of Dapsone. The second no-go ingredient mix, if you want to avoid skin staining, is hydroquinone. This active is usually used for skin brightening, and if you use it with benzoyl peroxide, it can do the opposite of that. It can actually stain your skin and cause even more uneven skin tone, all while also wrecking your skin barrier. It's a double whammy for this one. Think of these no-go pairings like putting Chriselle from Selling Sunset in a room with Brie. Nothing good is going to come out of that. So we've covered the skin stainers. I hope you've got that written down or this video saved. Now it's onto the waste of money efficacy killers. This is because Benzoyl peroxide is an oxidant. That's the way it works. So it's basically the opposite of an antioxidant. And when an antioxidant comes together with an oxidant, it basically kills it like a Dalek. And this one might genuinely shock you because it's one of the most recommended skincare ingredients out there. You never want to use vitamin C serums with benzoyl peroxide. Yes, you heard that right. Never use benzoyl peroxide with vitamin C because benzoyl peroxide uses up all of its antioxidant powers, leaving nothing for your skin. If you imagine vitamin C is a superwoman and benzoyl peroxide is kryptonite, and if you remember how Superman becomes super weak next to kryptonite, well, that's what happens to vitamin C too. If you're paying the big bucks for a vitamin C serum like the one from SkinCeuticals, you definitely do not want to be wasting it by using it alongside benzoyl peroxide. Heck no. If no one's ever told you this before, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a like so you're never alone in this acne healing journey ever again. Okay, so the other waste of money combination you must know about is benzoyl peroxide and tretinoin. Tretinoin is a retinoid, so you can think of this like a form of vitamin A. It's an antioxidant, just like vitamin C, and it's super sensitive to oxidation. It's a bit like how your eyes are super sensitive to light when you first wake up, peering through closed eyelids like an alien life form. Or that's probably just me. I definitely vibe ET eyes when I'm waking up. Well, tretinoin always feels that way. Like everything around it is just a bit too much, making it super sensitive to oxidation. So benzoyl peroxide makes it almost completely useless. It sends it back to bed and it stays there. But there is one exception to this when it comes to the combination of retinoids with benzoyl peroxide, and I'll be covering that in my benzoyl peroxide series. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Okay. Now, finally, you're so amazing for taking all of this in. I know these fancy sounding science names can be like, whoa, what the heck, Cheryl? But honestly, they're just fancy names. And once you've heard them a few times, there'll be something you don't even think about twice. You just know what they are. Okay, so cocktail glass number 3 is the skin barrier destroyers. These are ingredient combinations that will wreck your skin barrier and can make your acne worse than before. Redder, hotter, angrier, more cystic, breaking out in places you never broke out in before. Some doctors or dermatologists might tell you it's purging. But if you're using a combination of these ingredients I'm about to expose, it's likely not purging, it's likely extreme skin barrier irritation. In my Acne Warrior program, I show you step by step how to make your best acne healing skincare routine that has the lowest possible chance of ever causing you purging. So if you want to avoid purging and if you want to avoid deep acne scars, be sure to check it out. Now, the first ingredient that can destroy your skin barrier when using benzoyl peroxide is oral isotretinoin, which you might also know as Accutane or Roaccutane. And this medical source puts it pretty mildly, really, where it confirms that using oral isotretinoin with benzoyl peroxide increases skin irritation and dryness. You're essentially using 2 ingredients that can be super aggressive to your skin barrier. And when that happens, it's like 2 + 2 = 10. Suddenly your acne can flare up way worse than before. So avoid using benzoyl peroxide if you're taking isotretinoin. Now, the second combination that can be a big skin barrier destroyer, and honestly, it's sneaky because at first it can feel like, ooh, my goodness, this is working. Then 2 or 3 months later, it feels like it just stopped working. That's a big warning sign that you have been using a combination of benzoyl peroxide with a potent exfoliating active, like maybe salicylic acid. This is not very well known, but benzoyl peroxide works a bit like an exfoliant. It strips off layers of your skin barrier, and it does it in quite an aggressive way, causing a lot of irritation. That makes your skin barrier poorly. So if you also layer on another exfoliating ingredient like salicylic acid, especially if it's a strong one like 2%, that is the maximum allowed in a leave-on skincare product, well, that's like taking sandpaper to your already weakened skin barrier. The kicker is your body is amazingly resilient, so at the start, you likely don't see the impact of all that exfoliating. In fact, sometimes it can feel like your skin is glowy and brighter, like your skin enjoys it. But the more that sandpaper rubs and rubs and rubs, the less resilience your skin has, and the more you start to see breakouts taking longer and longer to heal, eventually breakouts coming back in places you never had them before, redder, angrier. That's a sure sign your skin barrier is wrecked by the active ingredients. Now you know what not to mix benzoyl peroxide with. But here's the thing. If you don't actually understand how it works on your skin, it's really easy to still use it in a way that keeps triggering breakouts. So in this next video, I break down exactly how benzoyl peroxide works and whether it's even the right acne treatment for your skin type. Because for some people, it actually makes things worse. Click here to watch that next video.